Hello and welcome back. Okay, I'm good. What is it that we need most in life? A good laugh, I guess. I've made a few videos though on the power of laughter, so I'll make sure to put those where the two videos go at the end of this video, of every video, so you can click on them. A lot of the times I laugh because it seems so obvious. It seems so obvious to me, and I know it's obvious for everyone too. What's important, how important it is to become more mature. And what I mean by that is not to live through your ego, but it's very popular to live through the ego right now as the Western society spreads throughout the world. Western psychology and society, I mean, is in its teenager phase of development right now. Actually nearing the end of its teenager phase, thankfully, coming into a point where it's able to act on its obvious, more mature qualities, which have been suppressed in the name of your image, upholding an image, cool, being cool, successful, greed, building money, all manifestations of a unsatisfied ego, all manifestations of the self in you that is looking to increase itself, its feeling of I amness in the world. Everyone's looking to be an Alexander Great, to leave their mark in the world. Everyone's looking to conquer the world in their own way, their own world. Everyone's looking to conquer. Everyone's stepping on everyone else's heads to try to reach the top of the mountain. Instead of everyone giving a leg up and helping each other reach the top, what you see with Western psychology is everyone stepping on top of everybody's heads. It's no wonder the world is in the state that it's in. One of the really important steps to developing wisdom in a society has been lost here in Western society. The whole structure of the wisdom of your grandparents, for example. In some societies, that structure still exists, where the elders are the leaders and they lead through their wisdom, the wisdom that they've accumulated through their lives. And the young people see a certain importance in becoming wise like their elders. There's this respect that the young generation in those societies are indoctrinated into, I guess you could say. They're raised with that understanding and as that being where they want to reach to in their later life, for example. So here in Western society, what you see most is reaching the top. It's greed. The endless search for more. More, 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 more. More money. More expansion for businesses. More growth. Bigger house. More beautiful woman. Pardon the language. Boyfriend with a bigger dick. Bigger boobs. Faster car. And that's the measure of your life. That's the measure of success for the Western psychology, for the Western society. More, more, more. As if a car that drives faster than another is any measure of fulfillment in life. If you really stop and really look, it's the same behavior that children do. Well, my dad can do this. My dad is more than your dad. I can lift this, and this is bigger than yours. I can do more. It's the hangover of a childlike state of mind. And even psychologists say that the average Westerner, the mentality is not higher than in between the ages of 7 to 14. Somewhere around that. The numbers might be slightly off, but just to give you an idea. So what is most important right now in a world that seems to be under chaos? Seems to. It's discovering the wisdom within yourself. And the structure of the elder with the wisdom is still available. There are teachings, for example, from the Buddha that stretch back 2,500 years. And there's been an unbroken chain of masters since his time. So if you want to understand what it is that I'm talking about, you can do a little bit of research on the Buddha and some of his teachings. But I also want to tell you that we carry within our very DNA, within our own physical bodies, and in the energetic field all around us as well, all of that wisdom is available now. Intellectually, through your brain and its processing of analyzation to understand, you may want to read books on Buddhism, Taoism. You may want to look at the Dalai Lama, for example. But intuitively, the information is available to you now. And you won't need any kind of get. Whew. I just felt goosebumps go up my spine there. It's a wasp. Oh. You won't need. Some of us will need an intellectual understanding in order to give ourselves permission to trust our intuition. Some of us don't. And some of us will on certain levels more than others. But besides the fact that wisdom is there, it's ingrained into our very DNA. And it's accessible always. So this video is really a video on wisdom. We're living in a world that's very much information dominant. The person that's praised the most is the one that knows the most. We live in the information age. So you see oftentimes somebody will say something about a specific topic, and then somebody else will talk about that same topic and try to one up the other. And it seems to be this intellectual battle of who knows more about who knows more about. That seems to be the typical, I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes over here. That seems to be what the ego sees as a way of making itself bigger. Whoever knows more. And information is very simple. It doesn't take a very intelligent person to be intellectual. All you need to do is just read books. You just need to be interested. And if you're just looking to be bigger and more than everybody else, just know more than everybody else. And that'll satisfy a certain feeling inside of you of wanting to be bigger than others. You may not have the same bank balance or as big of a car, but you know more. And is that wisdom? It's not wisdom at all. Because wisdom is not the information itself. I read in a quote once, wisdom is knowing what to do with the information. Wisdom is knowing when not to say anything as well. Wisdom is the application of knowledge, not the regurgitation of knowledge. Anyone can just argue facts to try to make themselves look bigger, but it takes a wise person to know when not to say anything, when to just listen. And that's another point that brings me to another point. Listening is a skill that's heavily lost in the Western world because everyone's looking for some form of confidence and looking to feel bigger. Feel more than. And oftentimes it's because they feel a lack of love in their life. They don't know how to love themselves, so they're looking and seeking for it from the external world. And allowing yourself learning to listen openly to other people is an act, a form of love. And you teach not by saying, but by doing. So if a lot more people become good listeners in the world, then we're teaching wisdom through our actions. And we're also sharing love, which a lot of people are missing. So we're showing how. So the chain of the wisdom of our elders down the line has been lost as far as the structure is concerned, but it's still there within your heart. And the only difference between an elder and someone that's trying to make his way in the world, a youth, is that the elder has learned to listen to the wisdom of his heart because he's been fooled by his ego countless times throughout his life. He knows he doesn't know as much as he used to think he knew. You see? So that wisdom comes from your heart and learning to listen to your heart. And that's something we can all do now. So I leave you with that. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Peace.